All right, great. Thank you so much. So let's get started. So the last minute change, Meghna is not available, so I'm going to do the show, the Malkan show, and I hope I do justice to her show. Make sure you are checking her tonight's session, which is very, very important session today at 9:30, masterclass number 7, and she's going to talk about the full new moon and its intentions. So it's malkanhpclass.com, 9:30 session, masterclass number 7 with Meghna Malkan on the new moon, intentions, and including a one meditation today. So I am excited for that. So she is out today. She got stuck up somewhere, and so it's also kids are home because of the Diwali vacation. So it's difficult to manage home and all. So, and plus we are traveling tomorrow for a trip, a religious trip. So all those things are taking her time. So, but I'll make sure I'll do justice to it. So, where are you logging from today? Which city? Come on, share. And I'm going to share something very important right now. So make sure you also share this video so I can speak to a larger audience. Come on, where are you logging in from? Yes, says Mumbai. Bangalore. And we have Bangalore. And then good afternoon to everyone. Loud and clear. Mumbai. Traveling from express train. Wow. That's the commitment you have. Mysore, Kolhapur, Pune. Great. So, she last time she spoke about on Meghna's masterclass, she spoke about the abundance of money and the mindset about money, the belief system. So what I would like to address today is very, very simple thing, which I also address in my 3-day workshop called ABCT, Anybody Can Trade, is that rich people and poor people have two things which are different, two things. One is the mindset, or what we call the belief system, and the second what we call as the habits. The habits of the rich and habits of the poor are completely different, right? And that makes them, as people say, rich become richer and poor become poorer. It's not because of the economy or the government or the policies and the tax structure or the recession and all those things. It's because rich people have rich habits and poor people have poor habits. Now, once you change your habits and once you change your belief system, you can become rich if you think you are poor, right? And when we talk about rich and poor, it's not only about making money, it's about rich in thinking, rich in values, rich in learning, rich in knowledge, rich in wisdom. All that makes a big difference. So first and foremost, right? And when you comment, make sure you comment that in the section that whether you agree or not and what you have been doing. Poor people, the number one habit of poor people is to invest or spend money on entertainment, versus rich people spend money on education. Now, I have seen so many people buy gadgets and spend so much money on movies and so much money on restaurants, or so much money on especially with the kids. If you buy them a gadget or a mobile or an iPad versus a set of books or a set of what we call maybe a keyboard. Like my son is a musician. If he asks me to buy a phone or an iPad, which may cost 20, 30, 50,000, versus he asks me to buy a keyboard, which is like 1 lakh rupees, I will agree to a keyboard because that is make him learn and become a master, which will help his brain development, which will help him grow, rather than getting an iPhone or a iPad, which is going to be just a waste of time. You spend so much money on maybe on movies and Netflix and Amazon Prime, versus if you buy a book for 1,000 rupees, you'll say, oh, 1,000 rupees, such an expensive book. Imagine when a person writes a book is after 10, 20 years of education and 10, 20 years of what we call as knowledge and wisdom. That book has that all the knowledge for 500 rupees or 1,000 rupees. Like, in fact, you see my book, which I wrote, I've been trading since the age of 16. It's 24 years of experience in trading. And this book cost around 1,000 rupees on Amazon, 350 rupees on my website. but still people sometimes bargain on the price of the book also. But whereas if you want to go for a movie or any other thing, you won't. So poor people spend more money on education. As Robin Sharma says, that the difference, poor people have bigger TVs or big television, and rich people have big libraries. And that's so true. That's so very the apt example of poor versus rich. So do you agree on this? Yes or no? And are you doing this? What is the next investment, or where are you going to spend your money on which education? It can be books, it can be seminars, it can be audio video programs, it can be um, any educational stuff, it can be any degree or anything, right? So rich invest in education, poor invest in entertainment. Got, that's habit number one. There are many more habits, but I'm going to discuss three of them. So first one is clear. If you think this is going out well in terms of the video and the content, make sure you share this so that others can also learn. The second reason, or the second habit of poor people, is they give reasons. Reasons means they have excuses. I can't do this because I can't afford it. I don't know it. I don't have a background. I don't understand. I don't have time. I can't make it. It's too far. I'm too young. I'm too old. I'm a female, or I'm a male, or I'm a homemaker, or I'm an engineer, or whatever excuses you give is reasons, reasons, and reasons. These people give reasons for their failure, for their inability, for their everything in life. Or versus rich people produce results. They don't give reasons, right? And how do you tweak that habit? It says, rather than putting a full stop, like it says, I can't afford it, is a full stop when the brain stops thinking. But versus that, if you change it, how can I afford it, is a rich thinking. Even two people, let's say they don't have money to buy a book, 1,000 rupees book or a 2,000 rupee book. One person will say, poor person will say, I can't afford this book. Full stop. Brain stops thinking. Versus the rich thinking person will say, how can I afford this book? And when you have how can I afford this book is a question mark, then the brain starts thinking that how do I manage the money? Where I can borrow, where I can save, where I can get the money, or how I can crack a deal. That's where rich people think about producing results, and poor people produce reasons. They have reasons for everything. They have, even if you have one strong reason to do it, you should do it rather than 10,000 reasons for not doing it. So that's habit number two, which is poor people give reasons and rich people produce results, right? Do you agree on that? Yes or no? And the last one, the third habit, which I'm going to talk about today, is very, very important, and especially from the field where I am into. We are into stock trading or stock investment, but it is applying to everything in life. Yes. So the third habit of poor is they play safe. They don't take risks. They don't go out of comfort zone. They want to do the same thing again and again, and no changes. Let's say, why don't you try this new stuff, or why don't you try this new, even to the extent they would not even change the way they dress, not change the way they comb their hair, or the hairstyle, or they would not even try a new dish. They won't even try, if you're having tea, they don't even try coffee because they think tea is safe. So that's too much of safety. Whereas rich people take calculated risk. Now there's two kinds of risk. One is the blind risk and one is the calculated risk. So rich people will take the calculated risk that if I change my hairstyle today, or if I change the way I look at it, what is the worst thing can happen? What will go wrong? And they calculate the risk. Would I look like a fool? Will people laugh at me? Will I look weird? And all that. So they know that, okay, if I look like a fool, if people laugh at me, and I'm okay with that, so I'm taking a calculated risk. And that's how you grow. That's how you expand your horizon in terms of things. And that's how you become rich. And that's how you take risk in business, calculated risk in business, in your job, in your career, in your finances, in everything. So poor people take it too safe. They don't want to try. They don't want to do anything. They just want to stick to the same way of thinking. And rich people, they try to do something different, which is out of their comfort zone. They take calculated risks. They keep thinking, growing, they're expanding their comfort zone. So it's like comfort zone is this. If you stay in this and slightly go out of the comfort zone like this, then you stay there for some time. The comfort zone, that's your new comfort zone, which we call as initially comfort zone and stretch zone. Once you stretch it and stay there for some time, that becomes your comfort zone. Then you further stretch it and they stay there for some time. That's your new comfort zone. That means you are calculating that stretch every time and expanding your comfort zone. And that's how you grow rich in terms of knowledge, money, wisdom, everything. So that's the major difference between, again, rich and poor. Poor people take it too safe. They don't stretch. They don't think different. They don't go out of the cocoon. They don't want to try anything new. They have the fear of failure. And whereas rich people are okay with failure, they know how to deal with failure. And some of these habits, I have this strong opposition with the current education system which we have, and all these habits which we have is coming from the education system, because that's where we have been taught that we should not take risk, we should do safe, we need to get a job, we need to study, we did not compete, we should never fail. If you fail, you are a failure, and then people look down upon it. Whereas most of the lessons which we learn is out of failure only. You should encourage failure. Like I have done so many blunders in my 24 years of career in stock trading, and I thank God that I failed so many times to learn the right thing. Only thing I regret would be I didn't have a mentor, so that I have a long learning curve, and that's what I'm trying to impart my knowledge to others, so that others don't have learning curve. But now I have learned the lesson. So if I want to learn something now, I hire a coach, I hire a mentor. So my learning curve is less because I learn from their mistakes. So I'm okay to learn, I'm okay to ask for help, I'm okay to fail, and I'm okay to model and copy and replicate what people are doing rather than doing my own thing again, which your school teaches to do your own thing. Don't copy, don't model, do your own thing. If you fail, you go to a lower class or a lower college or a lower job. If you pass, then all those things are cluttering our mind, whereas we are living in a complete different world right now. That's the problem. Maybe education system, maybe I can talk another whole session on that. So I hope, let's repeat the 3 habits again. Is there are a few more habits. In fact, we do the whole habit list of rich and poor in our program called Anybody Can Trade, which is a 3-day workshop, which is more, actually people call it more of a personal development, motivational workshop than the trading, along with trading, of course, but that changes people's life. And I'm looking forward to the next 2 happening in Bangalore and Mumbai. Maybe you can check out the details on theabct.com. But today is an important day. This is Malkan show, and I'm replacing Meghna Malkan for this show, and I'm trying to do justice to her show by sharing this habits of rich versus poor. And today she's doing an excellent masterclass with the new moon and the intention of the new moon, how you can set intentions on a new moon so that it amplifies, because moon has high energy and low energy, especially when there's new moon and full moon. So make sure you go and check out this webinar today at malkanhpclass.com at 9:30. She'll be taking you through the whole process of new moon, full moon, the power of it, the intentions you can set, and also a powerful meditation included. So make sure you're part of that. And she's also starting a separate high performance, abundance, energy kind of a coaching program, which is not related to stock market. So if you are not even into stock market, you want to get coach only on the mindset, your abundance, energy, and high performance, then you can also subscribe in that list, whether you want to go for a one-to-one coaching, which is I think very limited because of her time, but then there's a group coaching also possible. So you can just put your name there and you can get the details within a few days as she updates you on the program. So I'm looking forward to see you all at malkanhpclass.com. Make sure you share this video, because this was, I think, something which are very common, the habits between rich and poor. And she'll see you today at 9:30 for Malkan HP class, Masterclass 7, new moon, and the intentions and the meditation. Thank you so much. Good luck and good trading.